Each emotion that you feel had a purpose, survival, to ensure your survival. In animals such as deer, you will see whenever they see a lion or any predator, any predatory animal, a fear, an emotional, reaction will happen inside them, chemical reactions in their brain, and they will experience fear and they start to run away. It saves them. In dogs, when someone enters their territory, they start to bark out of anger. They feel anger. And this emotion saves them, saves their territory. But in human beings, whenever something happens, somebody comments on us, somebody, betrays us and doesn't return our favors, we become anxious, we become angry, we become depressed. And these emotions, instead of making our survival easier, making our life easier, just like they make lives of animals easier, we have negative consequences, negative effects from these emotions. We don't want to feel them. We want to feel peace. But why can't we stop them? What have we done wrong with ourselves? You will be able to answer all these questions by the end of this video. And also, you will be able to stop all these emotions and make them positive slowly and gradually. Emotions were built to keep you alive. Just like your hands, eyes, and nose all have a purpose of their own. Emotions too, every kind of emotion, anger, jealousy, fear, happiness, all this, and so on and so forth, all had a purpose. For example, continuing the dog and the deer example from before, you see, if the dog didn't feel the emotion of anger, some other predator or other dog, somebody may enter their territory and they may kill their families. That might happen, but emotions help them their survival. And you will also see that in babies also, that small human babies or even chimpanzees, whenever the mother starts to cuddle, or the mother showers its love to some other sibling of that baby, they they cry out of jealousy, and as a consequence of that, the mother's attention gets back to the baby. Oh, I have to take care of this, and then they take the baby on their lap, and what is the consequence? The baby receives the necessary nutrition or milk. This is the consequence of feeling emotion. The baby feels jealousy and it does all this. But in human beings, due to the structure of our brain, emotions take a negative route. The three brains at war inside you. The human brain can be divided into three brains. The first is the reptilian brain. It controls all automatic responses, such as your breathing, or whenever you touch something hot or water, some hot water, and immediately reflex action happens. You take away your hand. That is also the reptilian brain. All automatic responses. The second brain is the limbic brain. It controls all emotions. And the third is the neocortex, which makes us human, the human brain. It controls language, cognition, memory, and so on and so forth. But all the problems, the source of all our problems is between two brains itself. The conflict between the two brains, the limbic brain and the neocortex, which is our rational mind. The emotional brain and the rational brain. These two. How the emotional self within us thinks. The emotional self within us, within our brain, works on two simple principles. The first is identities, and the second is likes and dislikes. Identities, to explain that, let's take an example of A person named Vikram. Since childhood, he has, through TVs, cinema, or any cultural talk from parents, friends, and movies and music and so on, he has heard the distinction between how a man should look like and should be, and how a woman should be. So that person, his mind from childhood itself looks at himself and understands, oh, looks at his body and understands that, okay, I'm a man. And a woman also looks at all these cultures and thinks and understands, oh, I'm a woman. So to continue the example of Vikram, in the second principle, that is of the limbic brain, the emotional self, which is um, likes and dislikes. When we like something, which we move towards it, and when we dislike something, we repel it. We want to move away from it, keep our distance from it. So that Vikram has learned through all the culture, cinema, newspapers, parents, friends, and so on, every information through all the sources, that he has learned that he has got the message that a man should be liked by women. He has learned that lesson through movies, directly or indirectly, movies or any other source. And he has also learned that being rich and powerful is good. The movies show that. That's the indirect implication, right? One who is rich is happy. One who is powerful is able to enjoy life to its fullest, by by expensive mm, mansions, cars, luxury life. He is seeing happiness on their faces, people who have that. So his ego expands from this, flatters from this, what he is, his identities. Okay, if I do this and this, I like these things because people are looking happy from it. And I also want to be happy. I want to flatter my ego, expand. And so that's why he likes all these things. And he has also got the message through culture and everything, outside sources, that uh, things such as being poor, or being disliked by social group, women, and so on. Vikram has learned that all this is bad because people who uh, had these situations, who were in these situations, they looked really unhappy. Nobody respects them, and so he dislikes all these things. He wants to move away from it. Why? Because it gives a blow to his ego. It hurts his ego. He doesn't like that. So these are likes and dislikes. What Vikram is, considers himself, and what he likes and dislikes. And by the cooperation of these two things, identities and likes and dislikes, the emotional self works. Vikram's breakup story, the depression he experiences, and the real reasons behind it, and the made up reasons. Vikram goes through a breakup in his relationship with his girlfriend. She leaves him, let's say, and marries a rich man. Now Vikram experiences all these feelings of jealousy, depression, and there are some reasons for it. There are real reasons for it, and there are made up reasons. He experiences these emotions without words, just the feeling. For a fraction of a second, he experiences, and then he puts them into words. He interprets them. Let's say he experiences this feeling of great anger, rage towards her, and when he feels them, he starts to interpret them. Oh, she left me. She is such a selfish and evil person. This world is so cruel. I never did anything wrong. It was all her fault. These are the reasons which he gives himself for feeling that emotion. He antagonizes the other person, and he doesn't know why he feels that way, why he feels that depression, that anger. He can only blame the outside. He does not know the reasons behind it. And just like, whenever you are feeling angry for some reasons, your mood is not good, and somebody misbehaves with you, but not on a large scale. Some small mistake they do. Let's say, so they are walking, they brush past you, and it hits you, and you are already angry, and then you burst with anger, and you don't know why you did that. There was some other reasons behind it. So we feel all these emotions. Vikram is feeling all these emotions towards her, but he cannot tell the real reasons why he is feeling that, because all that is synced deep within his subconscious, his unconscious mind, and he doesn't know them. It's like logged. He has no access to them, and therefore he cannot prevent them or stop them or learn from them. If Vikram, let's continue the deer example from before. The deer, he feels the sensations in his body, right? He can feel it itself. And the deer does not feel the tree beside it, right? He only feels himself, sensations in his body. So the deer does not think that. He concludes that, okay, this is me, and that is not me. So indirectly, that means his instinct is to save itself, right? Whatever he is. So he has seen that some other lions are attacking some deers, who, and therefore his brain understands that I should be wary of these lions. I should be away from them. He dislikes this situation. Whenever something like that happens, fear emotion arises and he runs away with his life. And just like that, uh, Vikram has also seen that, uh, he, in case of Vikram, in case of human beings, something is different. Just like the deer is just the body, he just wants to save the body, right? Because he experiences the sensations in his body. But with us, we are so many things. Let's say, if you are a man or woman, you are a man or woman because society told you so. Or if you consider yourself to be intelligent, somebody appreciated you, you are talented in this. So you experience yourself as that. That is your identity as well. If somebody uh, told you you are a son, then that's your identity. Somebody told you you are a citizen of this nation, you will feel great patriotism towards the nation. All these are our identities. Somebody told us so, and we adapted them. We are different from animals. We have so many identities apart from just the body. So just like the deer protects his body, his only identity, his only existence, we protect our countless identities. And so when Vikram is seen through movies that uh, these situations are not good for so and so identity. Let's say he's an intelligent, or he considers himself an intelligent person. If somebody comments that you're stupid, or indirectly means that, why did you do that? He doesn't feel good. He feels depressed, anxious. Why did he say that? It's like attacking his body. Just like the deer feels fear. So, because we have so many identities, we feel all these emotions all the time. So, that's why Vikram is feeling that after his girlfriend left him, he feels less of a man. He feels unintelligent, stupid. He feels unattractive. He does not say all these things. It does not create any logical thought in his mind that, oh, she left him, that means I'm unattractive, I'm stupid, and I'm less of a man. He does not say all these things in his mind. It's just it's just an assumption, right? This and this happens, so that means this. You see a lion, deer sees a lion, that means I'm going to die. Death is near. And Vikram experiences all these situations, this and this happens, somebody leaves you, somebody taunts you, someone criticizes you, that means this. So death of identities is near. So, and that's why he feels all these emotions, and all these reasons are hidden behind his subconscious mind. Why we get the story wrong? Animals do not have the need to translate what they are feeling. They feel something and they immediately do action. But with human beings, we feel the emotions and then we have to translate it, and then we completely botch the translation. That means that we completely miss the true point of the translation. We do it inaccurately. Let's say Vikram is feeling all those feelings towards his breakup and his on all that. His emotional self will not give any clarity why he is feeling that. Let's say in a perfect world, the emotional self would say all this. Hey Vikram, I'm making you feel depression, anger, and all this because you have learned from the world that you are, that I am a man, a competent person, an intelligent human being, somebody worthy, somebody attractive. You have learned all these things from the world, all these ideas, all these identities. You tell yourself all that directly or assumption or indirectly. But these situations means the opposite what you are in. These situations means you're incompetent, uh, you are unattractive and ugly and so on and so forth. And that's why I'm giving you this depression. So fix your life or you're going to die, or your identities are going to die. Just like, whenever we feel all this depression, fear, any emotion, and it consumes all our focus. It consumes all our mind. Why does that happen? Because of evolution. If let's say if a deer is feeling anything else than fear, then he will just mind his own focus. If the fear completely overtakes its mind, then he can't do anything else. He will have to do something about it. Either hide from the lion or just run away, do something. That's why it consumes the mind. And same with Vikram, same with any other human being. Emotions consume the mind, they distract us. Can't focus on our work. We feel unpleasant. You know, it's like somebody beating us with a stick. Do something, do something, do something. And it consumes all our focus. We don't know why we are feeling all this. The reasons are in our unconscious mind. We can't do anything about it. What if we knew all the reasons? Then we would be able to do something about it, right? But because of the psychological makeup and the structure of our mind, it is very complicated in human beings. Another reason is that there are two reasons why we get the translation wrong. First, I told you, we can't access the learnings of the emotional self. What have we learned, what we are, what our likes and dislikes are. We don't even know that what we like and what we dislike, what is something that we want to be, what is something that we do not want to be. In other words, just likes and dislikes. We don't know what they are. Some things we know, but most of them we don't know. And there are two reasons why we. And second reasons of missing the translation, inaccurately translating, is that uh, we have ego. Let's say somebody, you're feeling anger towards your, any colleague or something. Somebody is feeling anger towards their colleague. This person is doing unethical actions. I do not like him at all. He's showing off his money and all that. You feel anger towards it. You don't know why. You translate it as, oh, he's so wrong. He is such an unethical person, self-absorbed. You say all that. But the real reason can be envy, jealousy. You feel that, oh, that person has all this. I don't have anything. So you you feel small. It wounds your ego. You will consider yourself a respectable, worthy, and powerful person. But what you are seeing, that person is rich and has all that, and you don't. So that in turn means that you are incompetent, not worthy. That unconsciously goes on in your mind without words, and you don't even know that. Unconsciously it happens. All these connections and all this mathematics that happens in your brain. We don't even know that, and that's why if you feel so many emotions, rush of all that emotions. So that's it. We have to know these things. What are our likes and dislikes? And we need to be careful of our ego. We need to be honest with ourselves. If we feel some emotion, we need to be honest with it. Oh, why are we feeling all this? Maybe it's not anger that I feel towards that person. This person is doing so good in life. I feel so much anger towards it. Some people, they try to sabotage others when they feel jealous. They won't even admit that they're feeling jealous, but they will say that person is wrong. I don't like that person. They will give some good reasons for doing what they're doing, and that's the main reason. The projector effect. We all know how a projector works, right? A projector, it has a film, and light falls behind it, and it because of that light, it projects its own film onto the screen, onto the big, the theater, the blank screen, the white screen. It projects its own screen, its own film, right? And just like that, we do not see the reality. We see the reality through our emotions. We project our emotions. Just like a projector projects what it is, its film. If we project our own emotions onto, let's say let's take an example. If you like somebody, let's say you're working, you like a colleague very much, you like a friend very much, and your reasons, the interpretation is that, oh, you have a feeling of like in your mind. Wow, I like this person so much. He's such an ethical person. This person does so and so things, and I like him very much. I like her very much. And but all these reasons may be inaccurate. The real reason can be in your childhood. There was somebody, let's say a parent or a sibling or somebody that you knew. They uh, they liked you very much. They showered you with love, with care. They made you feel good, right? Everybody is identified with this body, this what we are, our personality. We consider ourselves worthy of love. There is an ego within us, what we are. And that person in your childhood made you feel good about yourself, appreciated you. Oh, you are such a good person. They made you confident about yourself. And you liked that person very much. Your identity got attached with the person, how he looks like, what his personality is like. Let's say he's very extroverted, a bit in a bit of a, let's say, uh, reserved. This and it can be any characteristic, any trait. And a similar person, let's say that childhood the favorite person of yours was, let's say, your brother, your big brother. Somebody like your brother enters your life, and you don't immediately you don't think at all that he's like your brother. You just like that person very much. Oh, these so and so reasons I like that person very much. But you like them very much because they remind you of your brother. They make you feel good about yourself. Oh, this person looks like that person. Your mind thinks. The mathematics happens inside your mind. And immediately you remember, oh, I felt so good. My ego felt so good and I was with that person. And you, without knowing why, you were attracted to that person. You start talking to them, doing favors for them. And even if that person is of a negative kind, you can't stop. without knowing why. You keep doing favors for them because something within you makes you feel good in the presence of that person. And it can also happen with negative childhood experiences. Let's say your father or parent or any other parent or somebody, let's say they made you feel very bad about yourself. They looked like something, they had a distinct personality about them, and the actions that they did made you feel made your ego wound within you. You know, if somebody abandons you, leaves you, that immediately in your mind translates as, am I not worthy of love? Am I not good person? Am I not intelligent? And that, that attaches itself like an association. That wound attaches itself with something, uh, that attaches itself with the characteristics of that person, that situations. And whenever something like that happens, let's say some good person has come into your life and they have a personality which reminds you without your knowing of that person, which had hurt you in your past, and you suddenly repel that person. You don't want to be around that person. You become a rebel, like a rebel you become in presence of that person. Emotion as the silent saboteur of strategy. People whose minds are filled with emotions, they are never able to make strategies which work. They are never able to become a superior strategist in life. They keep failing and failing, and they don't know why they cannot achieve their goals at all. Let's say Rajesh is a person, and he's working in a job in a toxic workplace. He wants to leave his job and do some business. So he makes a plan how to get away from this torture. And his plans has many holes in it. After working on it for so long, he's not able to get anything out of his small business. And so he's stuck in the job. But why does that happen? See, Rajesh was feeling the rush of emotions like fear, anxiety, anger, and such things. Whenever he used to come from his job, oh, I just want to leave this office. What if my plan doesn't work? What if this strategy does not work? It narrows his thinking, it consumes all his attention, and he does not calculate very well whether this strategy will work or not, whether this is a good move or not. He is desperate about it, he just wants to make it work anyhow. And out of this desperation, it narrows his mind. He is not able to see reality as it is. He just wants to make it anyhow. Let's say he wants to leave it quickly, so he is a bit lazy and wants to do it quickly in 6 months, or let's say in 3 months. So he will not criticize or analyze his judgments, his plans. He'll just say, "Oh, this will work. Yes, yes, I know this will work." Let's say a strategy has some good points, some pros, and some cons as well. And because he feeling all this fear and anxiety, what if it doesn't work? What if that happens? What if? So that's why he just wants to make it work anyhow, and he just ignores all the negative points. Oh, it will work. I know that it will work. He's desperate. It's like he's at the edge of a mountain. He wants to make it work anyhow. It narrows his thinking. It narrows his mind. And his plan, that's why is never perfect. He thinks, oh, my plan is right. All this will work. I know that. It doesn't question that. Why? Because it's desperate. So emotions ruin our thinking. It spoils our strategy. And when we become free from the projector effect, when we become free from projecting our emotions, we see reality as it is. If you see in a room, the room suddenly lights up, you see all the furniture and all the stuff where people are, where things are, and you can navigate effortlessly through the terrain. And just like that, uh, seeing the reality without emotions is like lighting up a room, seeing it as it is, and you can navigate through life effortlessly. Taking back control. Base your decisions on standards. Many times it happens in our life that our goal when we were teenagers or when we just started working, we wanted to do something meaningful with our lives. We wanted to follow our passion, be it writing, music, art, anything which was your own. But as life progresses, you see that people do not respect me, I have no power, and out of they other people, they disrespect you. When you want to take back revenge, you want to show it to the world, and then out of all these emotions, we forget our passions. This is just one example. And out of emotions, we start acting. But if you base your decisions on standards of thinking, let's say you make a standard of taking career decisions. Your standard is, I will take all my decisions, I will base all my decisions um, with the goal of following my passion with a reasonable living. And I do not want to prove anything to anybody beyond a point. This is your standard. And whenever greed overpowers you, see everybody making so much money, you see people do not respect you, you become angry, and you start to take decisions, you question yourself, am I following my standard, or am I following my emotions? So these standards will guide you all your decisions in multiple areas of your life, in your personal life, social life, and your professional life, different lives. Second is, ask why. Whenever you feel any emotion, let's say many of us have the tendency to say yes to people. We cannot say no to anything. If so, whenever we feel this pleasant emotion towards us. I did this for that person. I'm such a good person. That person must think that person may be thinking that he's such a reliable person, such a great person. We feel pleasant toward ourselves. We cannot say no. There is a certain fear towards it. But we do not consciously tell ourselves. We don't consciously ask why it is like this. So ask why. In a journal, you can maintain a journal. You can write your thoughts in it. Why do I feel this emotion? And you may be able to enter your history. History is the answer to everything, whether be it outside situations or your inside situations. You go into a childhood, or you not every answer is in your childhood. Any incident in the past, or any of your assumptions, you say that, oh, why am I feeling these emotions to be fearful? Why do I say yes all the time? Maybe there is an anxiety. Perhaps I feel that if I do not say yes, people will judge me, they will isolate me, and I will be left alone, and I will not be a likable person. I will be cast out. I will be powerless and weak, and your mind just overthinks and creates a scenario which is very unpleasant to feel. We want to avoid all that pain, right? And that's why you do not think all that consciously, but okay, you cannot say no, and you see all your identities, right? Or what you see, all the learnings of the emotional mind, the inaccessible learnings. Now uh, you see your history, you search your history, and now you're able to see why it is happening. what are the learnings of the emotional self, and you can rewrite those learnings and identities, right? Let's say your identity was before, I should be liked by everybody, I'm a likable person, and somebody told you, so you learned it from movies. Oh, being cool is good, everybody should like you. Before, that was your identity and learning, and now you can rewrite it. Oh, it's okay if if everybody do not like me. If I say no the right way, then that might not happen. And if I do the right things, I won't be cast out, I won't be left alone. And it is okay to be accepted by a few people, and it's okay. And you can see all the learnings and you can rewrite it. Now before your mind was protecting your identity, just like the continuing the deer example or the dog example again. The deer feels the sensation of in the body, uh, it protects it at all costs. And in your case, in human beings case, you feel all the sensations in you, uh, that you are a likable person. And just like somebody feels his own body sensations in the body, when a likable thing happens with you, you feel in your conscious mind some emotions. It's like a visceral, a physical thing that happens within you. It's like you can almost punch something in the air. You cannot see it, but it's there within your mind. And when you are able to see what it is, then you can say, oh, I'm not it. Oh, I'm not that. Let's say if somebody considers themselves as let's say some people have this insecurity of being overweight or being not tall. So whenever something situations happen that people comment you, you're short. All that. So before you were identified with your height. Oh, I've seen it movies and all that. Being tall is powerful and good too. So and I am good and all that, but I am not tall. And these two things do not merge together. Then you start feeling bad about yourself. You have associated greatness, competence with being tall, and somewhere in your mind. So that is your identity, and things are not in favor of your identity. Let's say you are not tall or you are overweight. So you rewrite those identities. Okay, it's all right if I'm overweight. I can fix my weight anytime, and that does not say anything about my character. I can become competent. There are and people. What about people? It is people's acceptance. Everybody's acceptance do not mean anything. Everybody is not the same. Everybody is not smart. They are not intellectual enough. So I don't know. Everyone's opinion should not matter to me. Why should it? Few people's opinions who really have the eyes to see, their opinion should matter to me. And whether they judge me or not, that is the matter. That should matter to me, right? I do not want acceptance from monkeys, right? From genuine people whom I respect. So you can rewrite those identities before you were seen that it's good to be accepted by everybody in movies. Indirectly that got communicated to you subliminally in your mind. Now you read that learning, you know what that learning is. You know your history. You write it in journal. You question yourself. Now you can rewrite it. Oh, these identities are completely false. I'm not that. In these situations, these learnings do not mean that I'm not great, I'm not, or I'm small. It does not mean that. And that's how you do it. You solve your problems. To conclude this episode, I would like to say that we need to be aware and be vigilant within ourselves. We may think that, oh, I'm not irrational, I'm not emotional, I'm honest with myself, I'm always honest, I'm always critical of myself, I see things clearly. And most often people who say things like this, they are the ones most governed by emotions, most influenced by their emotions. And that's why a rational person is always aware He's always honest. He's always vigilant that, yes, I know my tendencies. We need to be careful of all emotions and irrational tendencies, and what my weaknesses are, what my strengths are. Such a person knows some such things. And also, these types of people, they produce the best works, best artists, best musicians, best writers, best software engineers, and so on and so forth. Because they do not, uh, they are not self-absorbed with their work. They can be critical of themselves. They can see behind. They can see beyond their ego. They can criticize their work. That's why they produce the best work. And this was the importance of being rational and not being irrational or governed by emotions. Thank you for giving your time to me. I will see you in the next episode.